Hello and welcome back. Admittedly, I am a couple days late in sending the October stats out, so I do apologize. But I wanted to start off by saying something that you'll probably rarely hear me say, which is it's possible that the news got it right. All right, so I'm going to show you a clipping from CTV News, and I'll break it down for you on the other side.
New real estate data indicates it is a buyer's market in the GTA at the moment.
But as CTV's Raheem Ladani reports, many prospective homeowners are not taking advantage.
Today is like our offer date, so fingers crossed.
Aaron Zahn and his family are moving after 25 years. They've had lots of showings on their property, but say buying a new home has come with some challenges.
Everybody's emotionally attached to their home. So everybody thinks their house is worth more than it is, only because the market is really down right now. We've come across some places where we've made an offer, and I know what the people paid for the house, and they're being forced to sell it for less, and that's even tougher to swallow.
The latest report from the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board shows while the GTA is in the midst of a buyer's market, a lot of people aren't signing on the dotted line. The average home sold for just over $1 million last month. That's a 7% drop compared to last October. Meanwhile, new listings were up nearly 3%. However, this past October, there were 6,100 home sales, compared to 6,700 at the same time last year. That's a 9.5% drop.
Home prices are quite a bit lower in comparison to where we were this time last year, and so too are our borrowing costs. And so if you just look at how that translates into a monthly payment, things have gotten a whole lot more affordable. And so all else being equal, we would have expected to see more people sort of moving off the sidelines and back into the market.
While that assessment by the Toronto Real Estate Board may have been the case in years past, economic uncertainty, including the current trade dispute between Canada, United States, and China, may also be playing a role in stopping potential home buyers from making a purchase. Recent rate reductions by the Bank of Canada is also influencing home buyers. The BOC has cut the key interest rate by 100 basis points since the start of the year. Some people are waiting for interest rates and home prices to bottom out. But once confidence returns, that buyer's advantage could disappear fast.
So quite interestingly, this agent from my office is a colleague and a friend, and her clients decided to use one of our selling methods, which was to set an offer date. And interestingly enough, that day, that news reporter was driving around and saw the for sale sign, knocked on the door, and asked if he could ask the owner a couple of questions. Well, that said, the last two comparables that sold in the neighborhood, one sold, they were quite a little larger than this one. One sold for $1.7 million, the other sold for $1.72 million. This seller decided to list for $1.399, and that night they received 9 offers. And they sold the home for $1.8 million. Now, that home is fairly large. It's 2,600 square feet on a beautiful 51 by 130 lot, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, fully done up, fully renovated. The sellers had been there for about 23 years. So they've experienced sort of the normal level of appreciation that you would if you've been in, your home 10, 20, 25 years. That said, you might think to yourself, well, hold on a minute. I thought we were in a buyer's market. So it just illustrates that while we are reporting on the GTA numbers in general, it's very important to know your market specifically. Of course, there are pockets where it's still a seller's market. The Durham region, of course, you can find homes under $1 million, and Central Core Toronto, for example, Leslieville, Riverdale neighborhood, you're only seeing a month's worth of inventory. So definitely a seller's market there. However, you look at the condo sales, which actually were about a third of our sales this month. they're in the lower price point bracket, which is one of the reasons why you're seeing that figure of the average home price being a little lower. That said, the last time we were in this sort of interest rate environment and price point was back between June of 2022 and October of 2022. From that point on, then interest rates spiked and prices started adjusting. So again, if you're looking to buy, there are certainly great opportunities out there. And as a seller, it might be your time, depending on, of course, the length of time you've been there and whether or not it makes sense for you. Maybe you want to downsize and take advantage of the condominium prices. Anyhow, I'm always here to help. And of course, the link to your specific area stats are down below. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out anytime. And hopefully we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.